Okay, we want to start out with some dynamic stretching. Means no static stretching of standing still. This warms up your muscles and reduces chances of injury, especially as we get older. So get some squats in. We're going to do about 10 or so. Then we're going to do some split squats, moving to the front. Don't worry about putting your knee over your toes. It's actually really good for you, especially as you age, which goes against what we've been told. Make sure you do both sides there. Got some side lunges here. Don't worry if you can't go down very far like me. Pelvic floor issues is a real thing. Getting started with the squat. So you see here that I have weights. It doesn't necessarily matter how close or far apart your legs are. Whatever is most comfortable for you and however far down you can go, you can adjust this if you have knee issues, making sure that you're pushing down with about the midfoot. You see here, my weights at the top make it a little bit more challenging. You can also go without weights if you need to. Next up is the lunge. So we're doing a front lunge here. You want to make sure that you go far enough to where you can get that stretch, but not so far where you lose your balance. Again, you can go with weights or without, depending on your starting point or just how you feel that day. Another option, especially if you have knee issues, is doing a reverse lunge, like what I'm doing here, or the split squat. This is what we did during our warm-ups. Those are both great options. If you have knee or hip issues, you can still get a great workout in by going backwards or doing that split squat. And then if you need a bigger challenge, throw those weights up on your shoulders while you do the lunge, and it's going to help you with that progressive overload and push you a little bit harder. Next up is going to be the leg curl. Now I'm using a machine here, but hang tight. I have some options for you if you don't have one. Make sure that you have your Achilles right at the pad and get a weight that's going to be challenging for you. Now, if you don't have that, you can either use these little fun things or you can use paper plates at home. So there's no excuses. Now this one is killer. You're going to make sure you have that booty up and those hips, squeeze those abs as well, and then you're going to just push out with your heel and pull in. Another option, if you don't want to do that, is a donkey kick. So on all fours here, keeping that foot flexed, and you're just going to push up. You should still feel that hamstring working back there when you do it like this. Take it nice and slow. Think about that muscle that you want to build back there. Okay, we worked that hamstring. Now it's time to work the quads. So we're using that leg extension machine here. But again, don't worry, I have some options for you if you don't have access to a machine or a gym. You're going to make sure you've got those ankles right at that bar. Otherwise, you can use a step up. You can use your stairs at home, a chair if it's solid, any place where you can step up and down, and you're going to really focus on working that quad muscle. So you don't have to go fast, just make sure you're isolating that muscle. Optionally, you can also sit down, make sure your feet are flat, and just pull up. And again, be thinking about that quad muscle and working it. And if you want a little bit extra, but you need to do it this way, just throw a little weight on there. For the tricep extension, I don't like to put my legs on a bench, but I like to put my arm up against a bench, or you can put it up against the counter. Make sure your elbow is super close to your body and the upper part of your arm is right alongside your body and it doesn't flare out. You're really only moving from the elbow down. If you don't have a weight, you can use a band and you're just going to hold it up against your shoulder like so. And again, keeping that upper part of your arm really close to your body and still. If you don't have weights or a band, you can always do push-ups. So I am up against a wall. This is a great place to start if you have not done push-ups because you are pushing your entire body weight up. So it can be difficult to start. Make sure you're far enough away where you really feel those arm muscles working there, okay? So my feet are flat, going chest to the wall, and there's an angle. Then, if you are ready for it, you can get down on your knees. Make sure that your back is straight. See, from my neck all the way down is one straight line, looking just a few inches ahead. And if you're ready for the whole body, you can do the same thing. Just make sure that you've got that flat body, and you can keep the feet wide to make it a little easier. The last of our main exercise is going to be the upright row. You're going to keep your back straight. You're going to look straight ahead, and you're pulling up with those weights so that your shoulders are even with your elbows. And you're going to pause just a second at the very top. Again, make sure everything is straight back there. You're not hunched over or anything like that. If you don't have weights, you can get into the plank position. What you're going to do is kind of put some weight down into that elbow so that, again, you feel it in the shoulder blade. That is where this should be working out, that shoulder blade in the back there. So you're going to kind of just sink into that a little bit as you go up. You can also get on your knee if you need to, if this is a little bit too difficult. Otherwise, this is working a lot of your whole body there and not just that shoulder. But the more you think about the muscles that you're trying to work, the better you're going to work. Woo, time for that ab burnout. So we're going to start with leg raises. So you're going to not put your heels on the floor, and you're just going to raise about perpendicular to the floor and down as far as you can without touching your heels. You're going to do that until you just get tired and you can't do it anymore. And then you're going to take 90 seconds before you do the next exercise, which is just going to be crunches. So I like to make sure that my legs are not crossed so that I don't have any uneven muscles going while I'm doing this, and keeping the legs bent. Raise up the chin towards the knees. Make sure you don't pull on your neck with these, and the same thing, just go as long as you can. Then after that 90-second break, you're going to do some V-ups. So keeping your balance, you're going to put your legs out straight and your back as flat as you can without touching and raising up. So this is really killer for those abs.